Hello and welcome to drillingcontractor.org. I'm Ava Vig reporting from the SPE HFTC in the Woodlands. I'm here with Matt Miners, Technology and Product Manager at nVenture, who's going to tell us about the enhancements to the E-Seal liners. Matt, thank you so much for joining us today. So what were the drivers for nVenture to expand the operating envelope of the E-Seal liner?
Well, starting in about 2014, when the amount of new drills being done in the United States was on a significant decline, operators began performing more refrac operations. The E-Seal liner is very well suited for a refrac installation because you can go in and seal off all the old perforations and then refrac the entire interval. It's referred to as a mechanical diversion. So as new drills were going down, the amount of diversions and refracs that operators are doing increased significantly, as well did that segment of our business. And during that growth, we were seeing the amount of footage we were installing year on year about doubled from 14 to 15 and then again on to 16. So with that amount of growth, we had a lot of best operations, and we had a lot of lessons learned. And one of the lessons that we learned, and the more valuable one, is in high temperature applications. Not that the temperature itself is a problem, the installations go just fine, but when that now expanded pipe is hot and you start pumping surface temperature frac fluid, it's going to cool down really fast, and that can strain the pipe and the connections to where they could yield, which might leak, or sometimes they could even part. So as a result of that, we set off on a development effort, and the first part of that development effort is we had to create some models that we can use to work with our customers to better understand the conditions, so we could model the thermal loads, the frac pumping loads, the ballooning effect and piston effects, all these things at the same time. So I had to better understand the loading situation. Then that in turn led to the development of two new connections that are stronger and more efficient.
And what applications or geographies do you foresee the E-Seal liners being used in?
The enhanced E-Seal liners right now are focused mainly in North America, particularly in the hotter applications. Anywhere where temperatures can exceed, say, 250 degree Fahrenheit, and frac pressures in excess of 8 to 10,000 psi.
And the new liners are stronger and rated for higher temperature than previous iterations. How is this achieved?
It's achieved by connection efficiency. So the efficiency of a threaded connection is its strength relative to the base pipe material. So in the enhanced version, we've improved the efficiency of the system such that it's 16% higher in strength in terms of tension. Then in addition to that, we have a completely new connection platform that is actually 45% stronger. So if you combine those two services in combination with the modeling approach that we take, we can better determine the exact environment that the liners needs to perform in, and then which of these new systems that we can deploy.
So how does the larger ID offering benefit operators?
Well, with an expandable liner, what you're left with is a larger inner diameter that the operator can work with. So when you're doing a mechanical diversion, one of the alternatives would be what's referred to as a scab liner. So if they're running a 5.5-inch pipe that's already been perforated, our 4.25 can then expand into that, or the alternative would be a 3.5-inch scab liner. The increased area cuts the friction loss down by a pretty significant factor. So what that means in terms of frac fluid pumping, you can pump more fluid for the same surface pressure that you have. So you get more power to your reservoir with a larger ID.
And where have the enhanced liners been deployed so far, and what results have you seen?
We recently finished our qualification testing of both of the systems last December. So we're currently in talks with a handful of operators as we're waiting for the new production pipe to be brought in. Some of the other equipment, we've improved the inner string, the equipment that does the actual expansion. That has been tested in various locations, one in the Gulf of Mexico, a couple on U.S. land. But with the testing that we have done, with the improved efficiencies we're seeing, we have a high degree of confidence that these will be what our operators need.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you, viewers, for joining us on drillingcontractor.org.